One eternity later.
Hi.
Let me hit the OK button. All right, welcome everyone. This is pre-recorded. This is October, well, my 5th, your 4th, and I'm slightly hyper because I just have caffeine and I got 4 hours of sleep. So welcome to the ladies who like talking about the soul and the spirit. Yes, it's a little different than Betty when she introduced her. She's better than me, but I'm just slightly hyper.
There is no better than you.
I know. And they just compared me to a lovely frog voice, so we're gonna have a friendly turtle saying hello to you today. Hello. Now, today for me is Saturday, for you is Friday night. I hope everyone is well. We are going to be discussing, wait for it, and we just said it, and I think we're all correct, and I concur with everyone. Not everyone knows that the soul is eternal, and not everybody knows what the soul is actually made of. Because we all think, oh, your soul is beautiful and you're wonderful. Yes, we are. We're gorgeous, lovely. Yes, I'm fixing the camera beings. But at the same time, we are also very much individuals who actually know who we are as energy beings to each other. And as that, we are going to discuss, are all souls eternal? And spoiler, yes, we are. Yes. So we're going to discuss this in a very roundabout way, as always. We'll kind of touch it, go around it, come back around, come back in the other direction, then come back this way, and then come back that way. And then eventually we'll come back to full circle and we will discuss how it all makes sense. Because usually if you have a conversation, as far as I'm concerned, and you did not find at least 17 tangents somewhere, you probably didn't enjoy it as much as you could have, because the tangents make it exciting. That's why we believe in differences and how everybody's different and unique make that beautiful whole so much more rich and exciting. Mm-hmm. So from me, I'm going to stop blabbering. And this is Cosmic Blue Avian. My name is Nicole. I'm going to pass it on to my beautiful lady friends. Go ahead.
Loretta?
My name is Loretta. My channel is Mother's Tarot. And much more.
Cheers.
Good to be here. Thank you, ladies. Go ahead.
And I'm Betty, or BJ, from Esoteric Musings. And that's my husband coughing. It's that time of year. We still got things going around.
Cheers, my friends. Cheers.
Yeah.
So we are I'm very, very much so happy to have these beautiful women around my as friends as well, because they're absolutely brilliant. Both you ladies are brilliant. It is an honor, because every time we talk, you bring out another side of me that doesn't usually get revealed. So today you're revealing my turtle, a very quiet turtle, but the slow and steady. But look at the face. I mean, there's not even a mouth on him.
No,
it's like, yeah,
those
what do you want?
eyes. All he needs is those eyes.
I know. He's just looking at you going, what? And that's kind of what this is. Because when you bring up the topic, as far as I'm concerned, about souls, what are we talking about? Are they eternal? Yeah. But the second you say eternal, people go, wait a second. What are we, immortals? Yeah.
Yeah.
In our truest form, yes. Absolutely.
Thank you. And what happens when you find that truest form? They say, well, you can't do it when you're alive. Yeah, you can. You do it when you're sleeping. You do it when you have the most elated moment, and suddenly you're physically floating off the ground. Mm-hmm. You didn't realize you're doing it, but you're doing it because you're so excited that you vibrate so high, so fast, so quickly that literally, here, I'm going to use my little turtle friend. You start floating. Just that subtle floating, and that's enough. Mm-hmm. You don't need more. You just need that little bit. And that's just a reminder. So, excuse me, that was rude. I burped. Sorry. That this is you are a part, just one genuinely divine part of what we call source, spirit, creator. Gosh, I don't say the full word, but gosh, especially for the New Year's, because I'm technically at the end of it today. So Happy New Year's to everybody who's celebrating it, because the energy is palpable. I'm not going to play. This is the day where you say your grief And then you connect to, wait for it, apropos for the meeting, for what we're talking about, we connect to the souls that have passed, and we say thank you for those souls, and we give them a memorial today on the last day of New Year's. That's the day we do it. So what is this saying? Is the soul eternal? Yes. Why? Because you're recognizing that soul, especially for those today. So if you're feeling a little slightly heavier than usual, that's okay. Because there are many people right now throughout the world literally saying extra blessings and extra prayers for those they have physically lost today in memorial to them as their love to them, which is quite beautiful.
Yeah.
So, without going into detail, and I'm not going into religion, just describing the action. So, what is eternal? Eternal is everything. You are everything. So now when we said last time you're everything, what happens now is you get to know it in different ways. When you're sleeping, you dream, you get to know you're immortal. You're eternal. The hue, the energy, that light that's coming out of that window, see, my hand's getting slightly blurry, is so profound. It's hard to believe that we are that light itself if we're not in this beautiful form of the body. This
I think
density.
that's where some people get confused on being
Go ahead.
immortal,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because immortal, that is like associated with our bodies, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I was just going to say, yeah.
Go ahead,
They
ladies. Yeah,
confuse them.
The
pass it
soul
on. Yeah.
is not.
Ooh.
Soul and the body, two different things.
Mhm.
So to say,
Mhm.
so our bodies are not immortal.
No,
No.
the bodies are the vessel that hold us here on this
Yeah.
plane for
Yeah.
the time that we are here.
Yeah.
We shed that body when we pass
Yes.
back into our true self, our soul being. And that is where people get confused, because so much of the thinking of this planet is, pardon my language, bass-ackwards.
It is.
Clean it up a little, but it's
No, but
backwards thinking.
Yeah.
We create a God, and then we create him in our image, and that is not at all the case. And I literally determined as a teenager that I was talking with some church friends, and we were talking, and I said something. I took the Lord's name in vain, and they corrected me. They said, "You said God. You said the G word," and I said, "It's a title. It's not his name. It's a title."
Yeah.
And you know, why would something that magnificent ever share their name with dullards that are going to come down here and kick stuff around for a while and have to learn? So, and then put us in the position to potentially, you know, if you take dogma, well, you're committing sin by doing that, and it's an egregious thing. Why would we be set up for that kind of failure? That makes no sense to me. Never has.
No,
so
it's true.
a soul is the essence of who and what we are in our totality, what we have learned to that point. Yes, but we go back into our totality after leaving this planet.
Yep.
We are not omnipotent at that point. We only pull in the energy of everything, the sum total of all that we've learned. That knowledge at that point all comes back to us. And then we sort, right? And we go to a level that we feel comfortable participating in. Wherever that energy vibration, that frequency sits with us, that's where we will travel to. May sit there a while and say, you know, I think I want to go exploring a little more.
That's right.
And we go off. We can always go into the lower. I know we've had this conversation privately, but we can always go into the lower realms that vibrate at a lower frequency than us. It's not better than, worse than, it's just different. But we can't go beyond our own understanding, because that would be disruptive to the soul, right? But our goal is to merge back into the oneness that we all were. Now, as a
omnipotent one.
human,
Mm.
I fought with that for a long time. We have free will. Why would I give up my free agency? Because the creator wants us to willingly come back into that
That's it.
fold.
That's it. That's
It's
it.
a willing
Don't we have a
participation.
desire? Don't we have a
Sorry.
yearning, a desire, a yearning to return home?
The
Because
main essence
for
does,
me,
yeah.
it's like that's the omnipotent one. That's complete
Yeah.
home. But before we get there, it's like a billion Russian little dolls all inside of
All the
one.
nesting
Yes.
dolls. Yeah.
The
You know,
the Matryoshka dolls. Yep.
For the journey, you know, to go back to
Yeah.
the omnipotent one.
And we actually can do that within a lifetime.
Absolutely.
We can be all those different things and
Yeah.
and levels.
We
and,
are. Yeah.
and
Crazy.
split apart. It's all in our understanding and our working of that understanding and the trust that comes in that understanding. That
Trust is faith.
manifestation.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It's all about
Yeah.
trust. So
I love that you said trust, and because trust is faith. Remember, people say faith is trust, and people don't compute that the two actually works hand in hand, side by side.
Blind-
Sorry to
blind
interrupt,
faith.
but go ahead. I interrupted. Go ahead. I just
No.
wanted to.
Yeah.
That was correct.
I'm just throwing in blind faith is
blind faith is even better.
I rely on constantly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But blind faith is also knowing as well. Like some people define it as knowing, and then when you look at knowing and you say, "Wait, how does that work for?" I love because I know we have already had this discussion in private about the choosing, like your own volition to choose to do that, to be whole and to come back to source. Because you're right, Loretta, and you're right, Betty, because they're both exactly the points. How do you choose that? And how do you just acknowledge the fact that the soul's doing it, but your soul is doing it? You can be in the midst of absolute chaos. Like I'm being told to do this. Bear with. See, this is a ball of yarn, yes?
Mm-hmm.
And it says, oh, wait, it's knotted. No, it's not. It's patterned. You created this pattern on the yarn. I literally took it off the balls and put it on here. This is what is misunderstood. People see this and go, oh, it's a mess. It's knotted up. No, it's not. It's ready for you to unravel. Like we were just saying, the soul can go through, like Betty was saying beautifully, and like Loretta was saying, you can take off all these parts of the soul and that beautiful string there. Look how gorgeous is that color? Come on, right? like this can continue, and then it can go on for infinity because. And see, now I'm unraveling it back. That means the soul is coming back to source. So it's a nice little example, right? You're at the end of a process, and look, this is a soul that you just had, and you're going, wow, I did this. What are we going to do? You don't unpin it if you don't want to. This gets cut off, not even cut off. You just continue sewing on the next one onto the same life. And if you'd like that you just had, there's 3 different colors here. There's a super light color, there's a median color, and then there's another color. This can represent 3 different lives of the same soul. Why do we have to make a distinction that it doesn't connect? Everything literally interconnects.
That's what weaving is all about. That's whether we're weaving on the web of creation, whether we're weaving a life tapestry, a mosaic. Each person adds the beautiful threads of their coloration into that weaving. And so that if you extrapolate that concept out, you begin to realize what willingly going back to source is. We are adding to that mosaic. We are no longer in separation.
No.
We still hold our autonomy. We are our little spheres of light, and we hold that autonomy, but we choose to be in communion with all. With all. And so we are giving up nothing of ourselves. Nothing. We hearken back to the physical because we've been so entrenched in that. We don't know how to always separate. And some, if you go through a lifetime where you don't get a lot of spiritual growth, then you've even hobbled yourself a little bit more for the next time, so that over time, the point of coming here is to not only grow ourselves in our higher understanding, but to help grow others in their enlightenment as well. And if we are not doing that work, if we are not gaining, we eventually get, we don't get the opportunity to come back. This is a special little unit here, this planet Earth. And not everybody gets to come. And so you've got to show, like any university, you've got to show you're doing your work, and you're sharing it, you're expanding it, you're doing all those things.
I agree. Yeah.
So yes, all beings are eternal. Humans.
Hues.
No.
Yeah.
Hues.
That light, that's
physical
as
form,
you're talking, I'm adjusting so you see the light more. Hues.
Goes back.
Right, keep going.
Goes back into the earth. Goes back to Mother, where it was formed.
Right.
So because we are all part and parcel of the planet, right?
Exactly.
So
that's where we're children of Mother Earth, but we're not.
Right.
You know that she has a part in this. She invited us. We came. Many of us are earthbound souls. What does that mean? Okay, now let's play a little bit for 2 seconds on a nuance of what you just said. I heard beautifully as you were talking, and I love this concept of dogma. I know people think, why? Dogma is cool. Because think of it, if you didn't have a concept like dogma, you wouldn't be able to gently see the contrast. Right. You know what I mean? Okay. So we have spiritual amnesia. So beautifully just now, I just heard in a different context, the words that we use, like the terms, like the cliches or however you want to use it. Listen, I'm on caffeine, so just enjoy this in 4 hours of sleep. So whatever words come out, they come out as they come, people. All right. So spiritual amnesia is what I heard of what you just said. We will voluntarily choose to come in and have this spiritual amnesia. We will forget that we're eternal. We will forget that we want innately to return back to source. And then when we lose physically someone, which is true, you can't physically hold them or touch them or... Excuse me again. So sorry. That's from the coffee. Forgive me. I'm not a coffee person anymore, but I used to be. You become, transfixed. I'm hearing in grief, which makes sense, which 100% makes sense when you're in a physical form. But what happens? That dogma of it is a spiritual amnesia in a way, because we create this. Then we created the concept of karma. And then you have to now suffer for that karma. And why? If your soul's eternal, you don't have to suffer from the karma. You can move on, and you can celebrate and honor that the soul is just light, and everyone is playing with. Go, Loretta. There's a thought in your mind.
Where do you think that came from? Because I'm hearing Anunnaki.
Yes, it's exactly where it came from. I was gonna say yes, it is. They told me yes, it is, Loretta. Yes, it is. yes, it is. Because what happened was, we'll play slightly with Anunnaki. We're not gonna go too far because
that's a long rabbit hole.
And a lot of people will be like, "Oh, how dare you talk about it?" I will talk about it when we're ready, and then we will get there, because then we will build up to it. So my ear just rang. Don't do it completely. There are 2 factions. Anu's the daddy. Let's just go there. It's called the Anus, not the Anunnakis.
Okay.
Let's just play. The Anus, I was corrected. This is how I heard it. I could be wrong. Anu daddy had a bunch of kids, had lots of kids, girls, boys, you name it. 2 boys came down and said, we'll play. Think of Cain and Abel, just for shits and giggles. Just think of, that kind of thing. It was Enki, right?
Yeah,
Enki, something, however you want to spell it, and Enlil, right? Something like that, right?
Yep.
So now, Enlil, take N for the E and the Elohim. Okay? Hint, hint. We got it? E for the Elohim, Enlil, Nice, bright, pretty light
Yeah, but
beings.
that's
Helpful.
off-worldly people. We're talking
Right, but
about
yes,
off-worldly
right. These are
people.
off-worldly beings, right?
Yeah.
But this one was this brother was like, let's bring this light in. See, I'm carrying the light, like they taking pictures. Let's bring that light in. And then Enki was like, you know what? Too much work. I don't want to do this. Let's make it easy. Let's make this being for us so we don't have to do any of the work and put our feet up, feed me grapes. I'm in charge. So it wasn't enslavement. It's called I'm freaking lazy. And that's
Okay,
Enki. So Anu Naki. Get it? Anu
yeah.
Anki. That's for me. That's how I heard it.
But I heard that the Ajijis, they had brought the Ajijis with them to do all that backbreaking labor.
They did, but it wasn't enough work. So then they had to make it like a hue light. Man,
Okay,
hue over 200,000 years ago, about 200,000 years ago, a man made of, like, look at the light just flickered. Flickering. I'm not doing it.
It's playing along. It's helping.
There you go.
It's
It's
being your
entertaining us.
It's being your visual aid.
Exactly right. I'm like, thank you very kindly.
That's right.
So the hue, which is the light, they took the light source of, and you can't take source out of that hue, mind you, it's because it's so powerful and, yes, I'm going to say benevolent, right? So Anu, which is daddy, I'll just call him dad for the sake of, it's just omnipotent, like androgynous, who gives a baba. It's just what it is. So they, now you're getting my language when I don't want to use bad words. And so if we ever get this monetized, I don't want to use bad words. No. So Anu says, here, go play. Anki says, I'm lazy, do the work for me. And Lil says, you know what? Let's learn, like Betty's talking about, Loretta's talking about, let's learn to go through all these experiences and do everything and then figure it out and find out. Right? Mm-hmm. Let's just get the experience, what the whole purpose of life is. The soul wants to do. So they take the hues, they make these things, they make it into a man. Doesn't matter, woman, who gives a bunga. It's not semantics we're worrying about. Mm-hmm. Makes a dense form of a man. Hence we get the stories, man's made out of clay, la 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 la. Don't worry about that stuff. We were experimenting over different kinds of animals and beings and forms at least 20-something times.
We're the 24th that I know of.
See, yeah, some say 24.
Prototype.
I've heard 27. Betty knows another number. Yeah, could be anything, right? It's over 20 times that they try to make a human, right? So they took the hue. So now oh, see, I love that light. This is making me have so much fun right now. So took this hue of this light and they put it into a physical form of a man. And they said, go. But now Anki was like, you know what? I want to play with that. Go do my work for me. They said, okay, we don't mind helping because that's the benevolent form of the light, of the hue man. And then at some point, long story short, there are other things called alpha draconians. I'm not going to repeat that. That's the only time I said it once and I said it quiet. If you want to hear what that actual word is, come back to that point in the video and make it louder. Now, those lovely things, because I'm not going to call them right now because I'm way too high, because I'm allowed to only say it that loud is why it's weird. Sorry, guys. So those things decided to go, hey, we messed you guys up already. The Anus on your planet on Nibiru, yes, we did. There's another planet called Nibiru, and it does rotate around us. So around the solar system. So that one, where they came from, they caused a big kerfuffle, let's just say, a big nuclear screw up and screwed up their planet and literally almost decimated their beings and their atmosphere. But the ones that survived stayed on Nibiru, and the ones that came out for help. So Anu came out for help, didn't want to bother pissing off anything that was here, and then went back. Yes? Left the boys, left some of his daughters. I think her name is Inanna or something like that. They're not bad. They're really kind of cool beings. They're all star beings, like we're saying. Long story short, they come over, they do their thing. But Anki was thinking, not in the mood. We're going to make this so I can be lazy. The other ones were not lazy. He was lazy. So he decided to do that. You create these beings, and then these other things, these alpha da 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 da's. I'm not going to go to the last line name for them. Decided to take one of our 24, not 23, 24 chromosomes, because now we are a form, a man. So we need DNA within our telomeres, within our cellular structure to actually keep us together in chromosomes.
Yep.
Yes? That's why it's a spiral in the helix, the double helix. It's all
can
there.
Duplicate.
Exactly. Absolutely right. But what happened was they took one of those little pieces off, infected it with their DNA in a way, in a bad way, not a good way. I don't say good or bad, but in a way that
An
it strips
impactful way. Yeah.
impact. Thank you. Better word. See, it's the caffeine. Well done. It takes that DNA strand or that part that attaches to the chromosome within the telomeres, within your cellular structure, within your mitochondria, no less. See, now the scientists are going to be like, how dare she speak this way? That's happening. So it comes in and they're attached to this lovely little teeny little philia on the telomere. It's a little telatine dendrite thing. And it kind of flips like this. And that holds the whole manuscript, the whole template for your DNA. Takes one tiny one off of it, which is your interdimensional ability, your psychic ability. Everyone in this community can do this. They can all sit around, and that's husband. I don't know what he's doing. What are you doing, husband? Say hi, husband. So when they come in, the soul, he just distracted my brains. Come back. Okay, yes. So the telomeres. So these things, they distracted it. They took it. So you distracted it perfectly. Put in there. So they took this little strand. They screwed it up, and they now interdimensionality. All the abilities we have in this community. Everyone's trying to find their light, trying to open themselves up, trying to awaken, try to be more of this light that we are. See, I'm going to hold the light again. And bring that in and know that's who we are as an eternal, infinite soul that is one with literally everything, the multiverse, the universe, the planets, the stars, the asteroids, the everything, the plants, the water, the plasma, the this, the that, anything and everything. We are one with all that for that one reason. And what they did was they said, okay, we don't like that you know that. So we're going to take that off. We're going to tweak it so you have no idea that's what it is. Hence, we're on 23 chromosomes. Why? Because when they kept it on 24 with that, it infected, literally tampered and infected it to the point where you forgot. So that's like that original spiritual dogma we're talking about with a karma. And this is how it's coming to me. Whether this is correct or not, and you have a different theory, bring it on. I want to hear it. I love it. It's like I actually kind of synthesize all information at once. So this is kind of more fun.
Well,
if you have a different,
if I could interject here.
Yes, interject,
because
please.
I just wanted to bring up about karma. Is that because we hear so much in the main and from others, karma's going to get them on that one. The thing is, it's wheel. It gives back what it gets.
That's
we
it.
Get what we give. That's all it is. It's only negative impact if we are doing negative things.
Cheers.
And so when that comes back around threefold as it does,
bingo,
boom, bada bing,
that's it.
You're like, dang, karma's a, what? But the thing is, karma can be, it's a mechanism. So we spin the wheel and we're doing good to the world. Good is coming back to us.
Exactly.
It just is a reciprocity.
And it's also along that idea of attraction that people are like so attached to. The law of attraction. That's exactly what you're saying. They're parts of these rules and laws, which I will get into because we're going to touch on the universal
we could spend all night on that.
Yes, we can.
Several more classes on that. Yeah.
Right. So this whole thing was when they brought that concept that you're 100% correct, if 1,000% correct, this is where it doesn't make sense for people.
Yeah.
And so when they tampered with it, what did the Enlils and Anu do? Right? And the daughters, not Anki, the other ones. Yeah?
Yeah.
They said, long story short, we're going to make sure that we strip that one tiny piece off.
Right.
but it doesn't mean off. It's like a light switch. We're
I was
dimming the
going to say
light.
they just
They dim
toned
the
it
light
down.
on it.
Yeah.
They toned it to the point where it's barely vibrating, but it's still moving. But because they wanted us, this is when we say, oh, we developed our own free will and we finally, found what it is. That's what it is in the end. We found it because they wanted us to find in our own time, rebuild that last part. And then we, like you were saying, like both you guys were saying, choosing in our own volition, using our own discretion, our own absolute choice, free will choice to change that.
Yeah.
We had to do that. And it took, wait for it, 200,000 years. Now, the third group that I heard was there was really cool. People are going to get mad, but tough poo-poos. Seraphim. Guess what? We didn't have wings. I'm so sorry. I love you all. I love you. Some did. Some were avians. Some were
how you want to
not.
express, right?
Yeah, and some things, like some things came from certain places that had wings or looked like they had wings. Good.
Mhm.
Yes, they did, but not all did. So
Yeah.
some people say that Pleiadians had wings. Some people say that Andromedans had wings. Some people say Arcturians had wings. Everybody can say however they feel it fits for them, and there is nothing wrong with that. That's not dogma. That is beautiful. That is what it's meant to be. It is your perception on how you perceive your reality. I've always said since I was at least 15, 13, 14, I remember going to something. I'm not going to say where it was, but it was silly. And they were talking about, oh, these people are going to do this to you, or they're going to do that to you. They're trying to like scare you into submission of their beliefs.
Sure.
And I basically stood up. I said, I don't care what they're doing, as long as they don't, one, influence people inappropriately, two, cause harm unintentionally or intentionally to someone else, and three, tell me what to believe or not to believe.
Right.
Do not harm others because of your beliefs. Do not cause chaos and cruelty of conscious or unconscious action to others. If it's an unconscious action, like we said last time, your soul, when it goes into a life review, does not matter. It goes in, or if it didn't, I'll say it now, goes into a life review when you pass out of this body, you get, if it's unconscious, the life review is going to say, you didn't mean it, just look at it, all good, move on. But if you meant it consciously and you purposely squash that ant because you wanted to be a bully, like in the ant bully, or I think that's the cartoon, like, or like he just takes like the negative, like, hey, yeah, not cool. We will now discuss that because that ant has a bone to pick with you. You did it. You did it. But if you didn't do it, it could have been like 3 years old and it doesn't matter. Like you just have to make peace with that. That's why Buddhists don't kill anything.
Right.
There's a reason for it. But I'm going to pass it over because I have a feeling you guys may have a thought on this. But
yeah, I'm trying. I think it left the station. I'm waiting for it to come back around. So
yeah, because I felt that. Sorry, honey. That's why I felt it. Sorry. I'll come back.
It's
tell me
the
when it
age.
pops in. No, I know. It's me too. When it comes back, let me know. Let me know. But so this is what they did. They took that, and then they took that interdimensional part, which never went. They didn't remove it, like you said. It went dormant. It just dimmed that light. As if I close that curtain, and all you'll see is the boundary, but you'll still see the light around the window.
You still know it's there. Yeah,
it's still there. So we had to find, after 200,000 years, how to bring it back. And guess what? It just took now. So what are we looking at as universal souls? We're still looking at souls that are clinging, gripping with dear life. Look, my hand's like almost turning white. It's shaking. I'm not doing that on purpose. Like, it's just, that's how tight I'm holding my fist. It's shaking itself. That's what it's doing. It's holding for dear life to the things that it no longer needs or serves. Yeah. We can say this over and over and over and over. But until we actually choose to experience it and say, no, we don't need this. Thank you. We love you. Pass it on. And actually, like we said before, love you. Pass it on. Not love you. Pass it on.
That plays into the sovereignty of the soul.
Yes.
Which is the whole synopsis of these classes, is the sovereignty of the soul. So yes, we develop that within, express it outwardly, but always holding the sovereignty of ourself and others.
Mm.
Right?
Right.
We have
100%.
no right to impose
No.
will or anything else. We're going against creative forces when we do that, because each was given free will, not subjugated by another.
And you don't have to agree with them either. You don't have to like it.
No. And you can say, I can appreciate, your point of view. But we'll leave it there,
Yeah, like, I love these eyes, like you were saying, like, look at those eyes. Look at him just looking at it going like, what in the world? Like, it's just so angry. If you look at him directly, you're like, really? Put him right in the camera so you could see what I'm talking about.
I look at him as being really loving eyes.
I know, but some look at
if
it
he's
and go,
looking down, with the
like
lids,
that. That's what I'm saying. If you look him down like this, he's like, do you think I really need this now?
Yeah.
And you could say that with confidence. Like, you don't have to sit there and let everything in.
Yeah.
You can let just a little bit in and just keep embracing the fact that eternal is eternal. We lose someone in the physical form, but we know they're there with us.
Yeah.
One of the most beautiful things I heard was Cryon recently, probably a month ago or something, within a couple of months ago, just a couple of months now. And Lee Carroll was speaking and brought Cryon through and said, I said, where do the souls that have passed on, are they with us? Where are they? He pointed right here to his heart, and he said, they're always with you. A necklace. It's always with you. I'm going to put the necklace so you can see that. They're always right here.
Yeah.
They're never anywhere but right there.
Right. That's where they are. And
They're
girls,
always
we've
here.
been here 30 minutes now, so.
I did it again.
It's all right. We're still in good stead.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to talk about. As you were talking about the wings and that kind of thing, I started thinking about the Renaissance artists, right? And I used to wonder, gee, they got this gold halo, kind of everybody's thinking, oh, we're going to get a halo, we're going to get our wings, and all these different aspects, right? And as I started thinking about that as a teenager and going, well, I don't think that's necessarily so. And then I thought, well, actually, that was an artist's depiction and a way to put emphasis on the holiness of someone, or that they are in an angelic form. They are a light being, not a physical being. And so they had wings to delineate them as angel, right?
Yeah.
So I think that iconography is what has kind of confused a lot of people too.
Yeah.
And they've done that. There's a place, Loretta, have you seen this, or Betty, have you seen this? I saw this thing where they were talking about, forgive me, Lucifer. Lucifer means lucid, means light, with the joy. No, means the hue that we are made of. And what did they do? They showed the pictures I think in Italy and a couple of places in these gorgeous frescoes, right? Where it's basically painting in wet plaster as fresco. And they had these beautiful bands of color and patterns and designs on this wall. And it's like a very, very old church. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Like, what do you call it? Rectory or something in the back where you can kind of, something like that. It's a very peaceful, private chapel kind of thing. It was gorgeous. See, I have reverence. I may not be, but I may not be of that religion, but I really revere that kind of space. And what they showed was, wait for it, Lucifer was in blue. And there was another spirit, or like angelic form, was in red. Lucifer wasn't red, it was blue. How cruel, how dare they?
Yeah.
Well, what, if people really read the Bible,
yes,
it talks about the creation.
It's a dogma of that creation, how they switched it around.
The first born into existence was a beautiful and delightsome being that took on the role of Lucifer, or someone that was going to be coming down here and impacting the physical world.
Right.
That was his assignment that he was given by the creator. So
and they were, that's
he
it.
cannot be separated from his creator.
No.
He's doing what the mandate he was given.
But also,
And I'm
how
like,
funny is that?
Yeah. But
And then you look at something, look at the color around something. Look at TV, you see the blue and the red on each side. Why do we have blue and red juxtaposed? What would be the natural color on the inside? Yellow, because you're not going to call it white.
right. The primary colors, right.
Yeah, there you go. It's right there. Like, why would you then say one is better or one's worse?
Yeah.
It's the same
They
thing.
all
It's the
play
same
a
thing with
role.
seraphim. It's like
Yeah.
wings on they were star beings. Excuse me, they were light beings. They came from other places. But these are the ones that came to fix what Anki did and what those other
Right.
beings did.
Right.
And didn't quite allow it to perpetuate itself.
Yeah.
Each being has its own, let's say, agenda, assignment, agenda. I mean,
Yeah.
you can even say agenda but in a good way.
Yeah.
And
Well,
each
yeah,
one
and
of us
then-
decides how to do that. Go ahead.
And you wonder how many lifetimes we've had additionally to go through
Yeah.
to clear out the misnomers and all the nonsense that was fed in.
Mhm.
And you get, it all
Evidently,
becomes
I've
part
had
of the
over
question.
1,000,
You have.
so I've been busy.
Yeah, you've been here. You've been here over 1,000 times.
Wow.
She's been here over
I got my
1,000 times.
fingers in
Yes,
everything.
yes, here. She's been here. She's had every death you can imagine.
Girl, you got more stamina than I get.
Like, I've only been here, give or take, about as a human, maybe 13, 12 to 12 other times.
Wow.
But I've been watching.
Mhm.
That means I've come down here as
Yeah.
not as a human, hint, hint, any other times.
Right.
Many, like equally many other times, but
Yeah.
not as a human.
Uh-huh.
Loretta, no, you've been here very much as like very
I love the
earth-bound
planet
soul.
Earth. Yeah. I
Yeah,
love
but we've been watching
And I
and
I
yeah,
know
go ahead,
I've
babe.
had a lot of lifetimes, but I don't think I've had 1,000.
No, you've had anywhere between 100 to about 600. I'm hearing 500 and something.
Yeah.
You've had a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just like the rare bird that goes, no, I'm just gonna watch you. You need me? I'll come down when it's absolute chaos. You need
I
quiet?
have a
I'll be
feeling
down
I'm
on
one
the
of those
chaos.
overachievers that,
Yeah.
Yes, you
when the
are.
assignments are getting handed out, I'm like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
bring it.
Yes, you were.
I got it. And
Yeah.
then
Yeah,
something
you
else
are.
comes up. And I'm, oh yeah, I'll
Yeah.
do that too.
Yeah.
Hand it over. And before you
Just-
know it,
it's-
I'm walking
yeah.
out there going, what the heck was that?
It's pure confidence. You walk around with like pure confidence. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
you know what? I'm just gonna watch it from a distance and come in when I feel like it. Because I'm gonna have to get a lot of energy to even come down there right now. Because if I keep watching this, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. At some point, I'm just like, no.
And it really is true. And that, I know I have brought that in many lifetimes because I've had
Yes.
so many lifetimes of positions of authority that
Yes, you have.
required that.
Yeah.
So I know I carry it. I don't say
Yeah.
it in an ego way. I say
You
it
don't not. No, you
in
do
an
not.
honest way. I'm
Yeah.
just claiming what
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
And I wish more people could do that
Yeah.
Yeah.
because they're
I'm
doing
more the assistant, and you're
heck
more
of
just
a-
like the one that wanted to take the leadership every time. I'm the resilient. I'm like the resistant leader. You're the one that goes, you knew better. Get over there and take over the lead. Stop doing that.
There you go.
Yes. And so in this
I'm
lifetime,
like,
I'm
come on.
constantly, because
Yep.
it didn't matter
Yep.
what I was doing. If I
Mm-mm.
walk in the room, people think that, when I was working in physical therapy,
Yeah.
I started out as a technician, a
Mm.
certified tech. I would
Mm.
go in and I would be, supposed to be getting the room ready, the chair ready, and getting the patient ready to get up and do whatever.
Yeah.
And the patient is directing themselves to me. And I'm like, no, that's your therapist.
Over there, my love.
That's your
Over there.
therapist. And then they go, right back to me because some of the therapists I worked with carried no authority.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were like the
Yeah.
puppy getting whizzed on by mama,
Yeah.
because
Pretty much, yeah.
they're the slacker in the litter.
I know it's horrible, but it's true. It's not,
Yeah. And so I was
it is what it
forever
is.
trying to
Yeah.
dampen
Yes.
myself
Yes.
And I thought, oh, to heck with this, to heck with this. And
Yeah.
and that always has been the struggle, because yes,
Mhm.
how do I claim an authority at 5 years, 6 years old when others are going, well, how do you know that? I just know it, okay?
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
stand on it, and I wouldn't budge.
And Loretta would be sitting back and questioning everything. I'd be watching and be going, I kind of see this, but if you're ready to listen, or you're not, all right, I'm just going to hold it for a second. I'm going to draw it out for you and scare the crap out of you when you see my drawing. And then I come back with a drawing, and then we're like, I had none of my artwork as a kid survive. I wonder why. So, I mean,
I wonder why.
like why would you now want to see the things? Like, the only thing I remember seeing was like making this kind of princess like Cinderella thing, and I was like, that's not me, I didn't draw that for me, that's someone else. Like, you were saying, like, the beings came down here, and we keep talking beings. We are those beings. That's the eternal soul. We're the same beings that came down 200,000 years ago plus.
Yeah.
That
we're
we
the
call
ones we've been
seraphim,
waiting
they call
for.
everything, the Anus, the Susus, the whatever, the Sirius, the blah blah blahs, whatever, Pleiadians, whatever you want to be.
Right.
We have a piece of each one of them.
Yes.
Whether we like it or not. And yes, we have a little piece of the alphas. Do not confuse yourselves. Whether you like it or not, it's in you. Deal with it. Either make it really tiny.
Yeah.
Just don't amplify it, please.
Yeah.
I'm just asking out of pure kindness.
Yes.
Thanks.
And this is why we're here.
That's right.
The sovereignty of souls.
Yeah.
Because then if we come in as these souls, what are we going to do? These souls have to come in. And then the truth is, if we wanted to float in as beings, we came down. And the truth is, these beings do not need crafts. They just need their essence. They just need their actual. We can float in if we chose to. That was me all those times. My beautiful Loretta, you were here as forms, and I'm so sorry, but you went through poop and a poop and a poop. But some were great, some were poopy, and you just went through it, and that's why you're so resilient right now.
Yeah, it's what I had to go through to be here right now.
Yeah, and Betty is like this, like, excuse my language, but it's a badass that walks around going, "Roar!"
Yeah.
She's like, "Roar!"
And I feel like we gotta help
It's
open
that
eyes.
it's that lion energy, that fire.
Cheers, my dear.
I just carry so much of it.
Yeah.
And that's why I know I'm not a Lyran, and I'm so kind of half the time jealous, because I was like, I wish I had some of the lion. No, I'm just sitting up in my eagle tree, like my balanced little gorgeous huge nest, and it's not 60 feet, it's like 100. Don't get started. And I'm sitting in there going, no, this is all mine. Get out. Back away.
It's like
Don't
one
touch it.
astrologer told me when she saw my chart and saw I have 6 planets, including the sun, in Leo.
Oh my God.
And she says, that is one heck of a stellium. She says, not only can you straighten out your own crown, you can straighten out the crown of everyone around you.
You helped me. You've helped me a lot. Like, when I first met you, I was like, wait a second. What does this mean? And Betty be like, blah, blah, blah. I go, so I was right to believe myself. She's like, yeah, why are you questioning yourself? Cut the crap. And then she go on in the next thing. And I'm like, okay, all right. We'll get there. That's what happens when you're in the nest. You get to think, you get to ruminate, you get to quiet down, and then you sit. And then you just take it in. And that's what the internal soul does.
Yeah.
It's an infinite powerhouse and receiving and giving of energy. As I'm doing, look at the energy moving around me, like, this is so cool. It just went bloop. So cool. I love it.
Well, that's what you were doing this morning, hon. You just were so out of body.
I really am right now.
You were so illuminated in that.
I'm still there.
Light body. Yes, you are.
It's crazy. I had such good
It's
news
exciting.
recently. That's why it is exciting. I got really awesome news that ridiculously moves this entire lifetime into.
Yes.
Holy, what the hell did I just do? Oh, yes, I just did that. Yes. Cheers to me. Congratulations.
Cheers.
And that's a big deal, because if you can't do that,
yeah,
how in the hell are you supposed to live? How are you supposed to move on and be aware and be awakened and enjoy it? Okay, I'm glad you both said it. We have to be proud of our achievements,
accomplishments, yes,
and acknowledgments of ourselves.
Yes, that is part of our sovereignty. That
Yes.
is sovereignty, is the state,
Is so big.
willingness to stand up and claim our divinity.
Cheers.
Yes.
Because, and you can't sit back and go, oh,
L'chaim.
no, I don't deserve that. L'chaim to you guys,
Yes.
you know? And to those who are celebrating Shana Tova, Chatima Tova, and everything. No, that basically means good signature into the new book of chapter of your life. And this, oh, for fun, because it's a new year, just for schmutz and giggles. I can't say because it's a holy day. It's a holy day. I'm not allowed to say the not shiitakes and giggles. You get to sign into the book of your life. Oh my gosh, you see that beam right there? How cool is that?
Yeah.
Ooh, I love it. That's awesome. All right, as I'm talking, it just popped up. All right. So you sign into it. This is what they say. If you're religious, not religious, but you're spiritual, you can still feel it. You don't have to be within this religion, which is Judaism, just so you know. Okay, so when you go into it, you sign into your book of life and you sign a new chapter. Exactly what we're talking about with all the different lives. Boom, boom, boom. Right. So what they're doing is you sign in, and then when you say Gmar Chatima Tova, meaning may you have a healthy, excellent, abundant, peaceful, wonderful, signature into your new chapter of life in this life. And
Isn't
that's what we're
beautiful?
doing.
So you're closing out the one to start anew with the next. And that's totally what October is about.
I know.
With
everyone's
everything
like, oh my
coming
God,
on, all the celestial stuff coming on.
This is great. Isn't it amazing what's coming?
Yes.
The energy is going to be so good. People are going to be like, what the hell? I'll be like, no.
Yep.
Nope. Take it. Nope. Own it. Move
That's
it.
right.
Shift it. Get the justice for it. Move it over here. Close it. Fix it. Build it. Just if you have it, clean it up, fix it up, finalize it, start something new. Yes. Again, but at your own pace. Yeah. And it will make your life so much better.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And that's also part of sovereignty. You got to own that you can do it. It's you do it. You heal yourself. You fix yourself. You do it yourself. But if you need help, get help. But if you don't need it.
Yeah. And sadly, the misnomer of the physical world tells us, again, they give us a wrong interpretation of ego. Ego is a necessary thing. Ego is a motivator. But it has gotten so blown out of proportion and then repackaged. And so anytime I'm on sovereignty tonight. Anytime we begin to claim our sovereignty, then boom, you're in ego and blah, blah, blah. Well, no, not really. No, that's not the intention. That's not at all what's behind that. It is a declaration of knowing of self.
And it's just the system wants to keep reinforcing fear and doubt, so you do not claim your sovereignty.
Keep us external because they know you get into those internal avenues of wisdom and understanding, and they don't have you anymore. They can't.
Oh, it's true. That's true.
Bada boom, bada
boom. It is about control.
It is absolutely about
when you know you can actually own your own and own it all that is you. Like I'm still doing the spirals. Look, it's all coming in geometry, whether you see it or not later or not. You will find the energy. The codes are flying off of my body right now. Enjoy. It's like it's all coming out. This has to come through.
Yes.
Send it.
Canadian.
So I think I think we're about settled for this little chapter.
Yeah. He says, thank you. Enjoy yourself.
Thank you, Froggy.
Fun, Froggy.
He's gonna kiss it. He'll give you a kiss.
Fun, Froggy and Nicole on caffeine is like.
I'm like that squirrel from what is it? From like Over the Hedge.
I was thinking of the little squirrel thing in Ice. Chasing the acorn.
So cute. Yeah.
I swear there were 2 or 3 cartoons that had this squirrel, and it's what is it? Hoodwinked. There's another one. Hoodwinked did it as well, and they had this squirrel. They gave him caffeine, and it was like watching the slow mo. They slowed it down, slow mo, but he's going like whacked out on caffeine. This is why I don't do caffeine. Because my energy is so high as it is that honestly, I cleaned so much out of my diet. caffeine makes me just kind of buzz.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm really glad we all got together and we've got our second
Absolutely.
episode now.
Yes.
And I want to thank all of our peeps, our subscribers,
Yes.
our viewers, and
Yes.
give
Yep.
us a thumbs up if you're still with us.
And just do all the YouTube chore things, for entertainment purposes only. And as I always love to sign off, take whatever you have heard today, if it resonates with you, take it with you.
Yes.
That's why we do this. If it does not, leave it here. We take no offense either way.
No.
Absolutely.
No offense.
No.
We're here to just teach, learn, and know. And hopefully that is going to continue to build on itself, and more of you will find us and find what we're saying has value. That is our hope in doing these things. And if nothing else, we have a great time together.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah. And we'll probably do a live, if we get enough people,
So, we're all fledgling
Yeah.
channels here. So please like, subscribe.
Yes,
share.
especially please, everyone listen. I know I cut off Betty on purpose because I'm trying to be really I'm really putting it out there. We see all this extra light that's beaming in here. I'm sending it right through the camera. You see that? There. Please. Betty is so close to 50. I know she has 50 people. I know she has more than 50 people to go live.
Yeah, not
Please,
yet. But
just get her over the edge, please.
Yeah.
I'm at 60. I'm at shock. I don't know what I've been doing.
Okay.
Oh, I think it's wonderful.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I'm
And your
humbled
numbers are pretty
beyond.
good, right, Loretta?
I'm up to, what am I, 495.
See?
Wow.
So
Yeah.
you're ready
See?
to crest into
Yeah,
500.
so
That's
For
awesome.
my peeps,
So
subscribe.
just
to
get them
Nicole.
over. And this is not because we want we need the numbers.
No, we want
No.
you to be able to do live.
Well,
That's
yeah,
it.
we
just
want the
wanna get more
channels to
people.
survive.
Yeah,
If
that's
we're
it.
not growing, they're going to cut us off
Yeah.
at
Oh,
some
are they?
point.
And we want to be able to help people,
Yeah.
comfortable with realizing that you are a soul.
Yeah.
That's the
First
bottom
and
line.
foremost.
Yes.
Yeehaw, and celebrate
So,
that.
This
Mhm.
thing's an illusion. It's a lie. Don't buy into it.
Enjoy.
Yeah.
Don't buy into it.
Don't
Yeah,
buy
exactly.
All right.
Namaste, everyone.
Namaste, everyone. Yes. And
Enjoy
we
the
will
time.
see you in 2 weeks.
We'll see them in 2 weeks. We'll see each other
Together.
in a week
Yeah, we'll see each other next week.
for our
We'll
chat.
plan for some more stuff. Good stuff.
Yes. Perfect.
Okay, everybody, thank you for being here and listening.
Thank you.
Love you all. We'll see
Yes.
you next video.
We'll give them all the kisses in
Bye-bye.
the air.